Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Salwa. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and of course, to make sure that you do share this video. So, guys, the Master's Voice Prophecy blog, Celestial did a video and a prophecy, I must say, if I should call it that, about, of course, Joshlin Smith, who was allegedly human trafficked, and a mother currently went under court. Um, so Celestial made a lot of revelations regarding this whole saga, you guys, and she had a lot to say. I'm not gonna waste your time, guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and insert this video because I do not have much to say. Because first of all, this is celestial after all, and it is very much controversial, and people choose to decide whether to believe her or not. So let me not waste your time but quickly insert this video. Before I do that, engage your thoughts with me in the comment section down below. Like and share this video so that you do not have to miss out whenever I try to upload a new video. Thank you so much for clicking and watching this one. I will definitely and surely be seeing you in the next one. Bye.
Joshlin was a little girl who lived in a place in the Cape area. I guess she just lived at the bottom there in a place that is called Saldanha Bay. Joshlin went missing in February. South Africa exploded. Joshlin was a member of what is called the colored community. South Africans do not mean colored the way Americans mean colored, so nobody should start picking up fake offense on the people's behalf. Colored is as much a racial identity in South Africa as native black, which is divided into Xhosa, Zulu. Those are the only two that I know. I'm sure there's many more. And the Dutch settlers, okay, so the Afrikaners are there. That's a proper racial identity. The Indians are there. South Africa holds the biggest population of true blood Indians, as in Indians from India, outside of India. So India is number one top Indian population in the world. Second is South Africa, having the biggest collection. And South Africa also has coloreds. Coloreds are those who originally stem from the mixture of black and white parents, but now coloreds greatly historically intermarry with each other, and they are a strong racial identity with their own beliefs, their own culture, their own way of life. The same way Zulu people have a culture is the same way coloreds have their own cultures, and coloreds love their kids. And the way that these people rose up, they were like this sea. South Africa was electrified when 6-year-old Joshlin was taken. People tagged me in stories of this little girl, but the problem is that the majority of the testimonies, the news clips, was in something. It was in a language. Perhaps it was Afrikaans. I couldn't understand what people were saying, and I would say, why are you tagging me in this? What's going on? And then they wouldn't come back and explain. So I finally pieced it together that this little girl went missing, only for it to turn out the mother, I think, only got sentenced this year or last year, but I think it is this year, that this hideous woman, together with her boyfriend and a few other perpetrators, she sold her baby. She sold her baby into human trafficking. If you look up Joshlin's mother, a more hateful face you will never see. The woman has not a tear from her left eye or a tear from her right eye. When you see Joshlin's mother, I'm not telling you what to see. I'm telling you what I saw to this day, because I looked at her face today when I was working on this prophecy. The woman's face only contains anger and annoyance that she was caught. Sorrow, remorse, or even some kind of from my womb she came affinity to this baby. There's nothing in her. That is why the judge threw the book at her, because he said he never saw a more glacial, cold, frozen, evil-hearted, not sorry person in his life before. He threw the book at her and her co-conspirators. And the last of the story that came up on this child is that someone gave testimony that she was trafficked to Nigeria. And that's where the trail goes cold. Some in South Africa are still having hope for little Joshlin to be found. But I think the slaves of America can confirm that if your toes ever hit a boat, they can traffic you on land, they can traffic you by camel, they can traffic you across the border to Mexico. But if your toes ever hit a boat or a plane, the likelihood of you ever returning alive in one piece plummets to nearly zero. Even the cops know that. South Africa, I believe that I have done you well. You have heard everything. If you do not begin to repent as a nation, and if you do not begin to do what I described this senior citizen doing, that she looked outside her window and she saw that the world had gone dark, and she began to take every news article to Jesus Christ in prayer. You say that someone will be raped and they go to the police, and the police are smirking and laughing as they write down the details of the rape and asking the girl 3 times, so how did he do it? Fire on that person's head. You have a mouth, fire on his head. When you get home with your daughter, when you get home with yourself, if it happened to you, fire upon his brow to Jesus. You say that they murdered your family member and the police closed the case in 1 week. They said they had no leads. Fire on that whole police station in prayer. You think God is a second chance giver? Nobody read the book of Proverbs to see how many times it talks about God being a God of justice, God who will not tolerate an imbalanced scale in this earth. Is these hopeless pastors you will follow and not pray, not cry, God of justice, God of Elijah, send down fire, judge my case for me?